Yo friends, welcome to Next Level Consciousness with Linnea Stella. Today we are gonna talk about 3 steps to manifest anything. Yay! So you don't wanna miss this. If you haven't already, please hit the like button and subscribe. I have, as usual, so much goodness channeling through. So over to manifesting. So manifesting is kind of this buzzword that we hear a lot of people talk about. But what does that really mean? So to me, manifesting means acknowledging the fact that you are co-creating your reality together with the universe. And the thing with manifesting is that sometimes we might feel like it's a skill that you have to learn and you have to practice it, and that it is something that is not natural to you. But I want you to start to lean into the belief that you are already manifesting. And in fact, you have been manifesting every single moment of your life this far. So that may already make it a bit easier to manifest because it is something that you already do. And then you might think, but hey, I am not living the life that I want to live. I don't have the level of abundance that I want in different aspects. I don't have the love that I want. I don't have the freedom, whatever it might be that you are trying to call into your life. And that is probably because you are acting from emotions and beliefs that are not in your highest alignment. So really your mindset, your beliefs are like the tape that you put in. If you think of this old school kind of VHS, is that how you call it? Video player, where you put in like a DVD or a video and then it shows something on the screen. Now, if you put in a horror movie and you expect to see a romantic drama, that's probably not gonna work. Anything is possible, I wouldn't say it won't work. But probably you will need to put in the video that you wish to see on the screen. And that is what we're gonna talk about today, how you can create the video, the videotape, the DVD that you want to see. So exciting, I absolutely love manifesting. And before we dive in, I want to start by talking about my own relationship to manifesting, because if you know a little about my journey, I had a spiritual awakening 4 years ago. And before that, I didn't believe in anything. Like, I was super rational, scientific. I didn't believe in energy or the universe. And then I had a spiritual awakening overnight following a mystical experience. And yeah, that's the story for another time. But it definitely left me without a shadow of a doubt that all this is real, like this invisible, this unseen world is so real. And it really felt like a homecoming to me. A lot of Pisces moon here speaking. Anyhow, manifesting came into my life the year after, because I started to dive into all kind of meditation practices, visualization, and out of the blue, I got this intuitive nudge telling me, go to Costa Rica. And at the time I had a full-time job. It wasn't that well paid. I didn't have the money. I definitely didn't have the vacation days to just go to Costa Rica, because I lived in Paris at the time and it's not like you're going to Costa Rica over the weekend. I would need quite a lot of money. I would need quite a lot of time, and I didn't see how it would logically happen. At the same time, I started to deepen my own yoga practice. I started to go to yoga every day after work, and I remember I had so much pain because of the stress at work, because of sitting in front of a screen all day long, and I really needed the yoga. But what happened is that the universe is sneaky. It has its own ways. So when I started to do yoga for physical reasons, I very quickly connected to the spiritual, the energetic dimension of yoga. And I started to feel like anything is possible. I also started to feel like this is really something that I want to transmit to others. I really feel called to teach yoga. But once again, just like Costa Rica, I didn't see how it would logically happen. But I started to watch a lot of videos on manifesting and on visualizing, in particular from Mind Valley, Arundhati, and others. And I thought, why not try? So every night I was sitting down in my tiny room in Paris, and I visualized myself on a tropical beach teaching yoga. And I started to obsess over Costa Rica. I started to follow travel blogs, Instagram accounts, and I started to tell all my friends, I am going to Costa Rica. And they were like, oh, when? I was like, soon. I had no idea how it was supposed to happen. So I was doing this every night for 2 months, just visualizing myself on the beach, just feeling like I was standing on the tropical beach teaching yoga, and I was in Costa Rica somehow. So every night I was sitting there visualizing teaching yoga on a beach in Costa Rica. And after doing that for 2 months, like, this is completely mind-blowing, and this removed all the doubts that I had about that manifesting is real and that we create our own realities. I was sitting a night in front of my computer and I got an email notification. And guess what it said? The first person who signs up on this link will win a free yoga teacher training in Costa Rica. And I didn't even think. I acted instinctively. I signed up like this. And then I almost got annoyed at myself because I was like, of course, there is no such thing as a free yoga teacher training in Costa Rica. This must be some kind of scam. Now I just left my email address to some, I don't know, hackers, whatever. And then I went on about my night. I didn't think about it more. The following day, I got an email saying, congratulations, you were the first person to sign up. So you have won a free yoga teacher training in Costa Rica. And this is just, it leaves me speechless every time I think about it, because at the time I didn't have email notifications on my phone. So I just happened to be in front of my laptop at the very moment when the email landed in my inbox, and everything was so perfectly orchestrated by the universe. So there is no possibility, if you ask me, that this is just a coincidence. In fact, ever since, I no longer believe in coincidences. So the rest is, as we usually say, history. I went to Costa Rica, I did a yoga teacher training, also a topic for another video. And when I came back, I quit my job overnight, manifestor style. Just trusted the universe, and within a few months, I was a full booked yoga teacher in Paris. Beautiful times. And a lot has happened since, but now it's time to dive into how you can manifest whatever you are looking to manifest into your life too. Are you ready? So I have developed my own framework that I have also used with my coaching clients, and they have used it to manifest unexpected money, unexpected clients. Like, this really works, okay? And I want to preface this by saying that this is the high level framework. And I talk a lot about human design in my videos. This is not tailored to human design, because then this video would be like 10 hours. But let me know also in the comment section if you are interested in learning how to manifest per your human design, because that is something that I am super passionate about and that I also talk a little about in my readings. But there are so much information. There are so many aspects of human design that goes into manifesting. So yeah, let me know if you're interested, and I will, manifest something for you about that. But the high level framework that the universe channeled through me to manifest is called align, act, and attract. So maybe you notice the similarity with mind, body, and soul. I like number 3. It's something magical about number 3, isn't it? And what I really love about this framework is that there are so many different kind of schools and theories about manifesting, and some are more about, priming your mind and doing the mindset work and working your beliefs. Others are about emotions and becoming a vibrational match. And others are about, just go out there and hustle, just do it and work your way to whatever you want to create in your life. Align, act, and attract comprises all of them. It combines them and puts them all together. Because you are a multidimensional being, right? You have mind, body, soul. So why just leverage one aspect? It becomes so much more powerful when you can use all that you are to create your own reality. Because at the end of the day, it's all just energy. Your thoughts, your beliefs are energy. Your emotions are energy. Your actions are energy. So why not use them all together? And that's exactly what we're gonna do now. And one more thing is that these are meant to be used together, right? So you don't start with align, and then you do the attract, and then you do the act, because the universe is multidimensional. Let's face it, time is just an illusion. It doesn't always happen like, okay, I start here, and then that is finished, and then I go here, and then I go there, and then I reach my goal. No, it's more like I do a little here, a little there. So these are just the 3 main ingredients that you will want to play with in your manifesting practice when you start to consciously create your reality. Because remember, you are always creating your reality. But if you don't see what you want to see in your 3D, in your physical reality, it is because you need to shift the energies within you, your thoughts, your beliefs, your actions, your emotions. So step 1 in the Align, Act and Attract framework is align. And that is about the mind dimension of you. It is about your thoughts. It's about your beliefs. Because the first step to manifest, according to me, according to this framework, is to believe it's even possible. Because in my life, up to the point where I actually manifested a yoga teacher training in Costa Rica, I didn't believe it was possible to create your reality. And sure, I had manifested things kind of accidentally, but I hadn't done it consciously. I hadn't been a conscious co-creator of my life experience. And when I started to actually do it consciously, I could elevate and I could up-level so much faster, right? So it's all about using next level consciousness as always. So start by asking yourself, do I really believe that it is possible to manifest whatever I want to see in my life? And as everything in the spiritual world, you can build it like a muscle, right? You don't have to start by manifesting a trip to the moon if you don't truly embody the belief that that is possible. I'm not really there yet, but soon. But you can start by manifesting something small, like a free coffee, a free, I don't know, ticket to a cacao ceremony, whatever is on your heart right now. And then you can take it from there, because beliefs is kind of rather like a snowball effect. So if you start by something small, it will kind of spiral in a positive sense, and it will get bigger and bigger, and you're like, wow, I can do this, so then I can do that, and I can do that. And then the ball is set in motion, and your life is just being awesome, completely awesome. So it starts by believing it's possible, but align is also about finding clarity about the direction. So knowing exactly what you want to create into your life and to call into your life. It is also about your everyday thoughts. So I would also like to say that manifesting is not something that you do like 5 minutes per day and then you go on about your day and you are in kind of a negative mindset, a negative emotional state, because then you are counteracting whatever you were trying to call into your life. Manifesting is something you do every minute of every day. And of course, we don't want to reject shadow work and pretend that everything is fine when it's not fine. But it's rather something that you want to embody. You want to be doing all the time, continuously throughout your day. So when it comes to align, that means that you are continuously monitoring your thoughts. Because the second part, attract, is about emotions and energy. And maybe you know that there is this feedback loop between your thoughts, your beliefs, the mind, and the emotions. So when you have thoughts, you have beliefs of a certain frequency, like a high frequency, that will also yield emotions of a high frequency, which will in turn yield even more thoughts and beliefs of a high frequency. And conversely, if you are holding lower vibrational thoughts, lower vibrational beliefs that are not in your highest alignment, they will also lead to emotions that are a lower frequency, and then you won't probably see what you want into your life, in your life. So that's why it's so important to monitor the quality of your thoughts. Is this really helping me? Is this really supporting me? Is this really bringing me in the direction that I want to go? And also to have clarity on what you want to manifest. So we talked about the feedback loop between your thoughts and your emotions. But you also have a similar loop between your beliefs and your thoughts. So if you believe that, oh, I can't have whatever I want, I can't make as much money as I want, I will never find the love of my life, that is more likely than not gonna affect the quality of the thoughts that you harbor on an everyday basis, right? So I see beliefs as the soil from which your thoughts are growing. And if that soil is not fertile, it is gonna lead to thoughts that are not helpful. On the other hand, if you make sure to tend to that soil, to that earth, and make it really lush and really helping good thoughts to grow, it's going to be so much easier throughout your day, no matter what happens, no matter if you get stuck in traffic, and if someone cuts you off, and if it starts to rain on your way home, whatever, it will be so much easier for you to snap out of that and get back into a positive mindset and positive thoughts that are gonna bring you closer to what you are manifesting. Okay, and also remember that things can happen instantly when you manifest, because energy is instant. It doesn't have to be like, okay, now it has to be a certain period of time before I see this reflected in my physical reality. It all depends. That is the part that we cannot control. Manifesting is a co-creation with the universe. But just so that you also hold the belief that this can come to me tonight. It doesn't have to take like a couple of months, a couple of years, even if it took a couple of months or years before, or if it took a couple of months or years for people around you, your friends, family, whatever. Anything is possible. So that is also a belief that I want you to hold. So Align is all about your thoughts, your beliefs, the mind part of you. Now, the second step is attract. So now is when things get used and we get into the energy, the emotions. Thoughts is also energy, but it's a different kind of energy than the energy that comes from your soul, your spirit, your emotional state. And I see them as different because you can work on, for example, NLP and things where you work directly on the thoughts without talking about the energy. And you can also talk about energy healing, for example, where you work directly on your energetic state and you don't go through the mind. You don't have to engage the mind when you do energy healing, for example, or acupuncture, but it's still gonna affect your overall energetic states. Align, Act, Attract, it's all about energies, different kinds of energies that we can approach from different angles, really. So when we go over to Attract, that's when it's all about becoming a vibrational match to whatever you wish to manifest. And once again, this is more a high-level description of Align, Act, Attract. If you want a more detailed description and examples, we can talk about that too. Let me know in the comments. But some examples is to work directly on your energy. For example, yoga will help you with the Attract part. It will help to raise your vibrational frequency. Being around people that you like, doing energy healing, chanting, dancing, anything really that shifts your energy. So this is when we not necessarily go through the mind, the head, but we act directly on your emotional, energetic state. It all starts with the Align part. Because if you don't believe manifesting is possible, it doesn't matter if you sit there and you try to visualize it and you try to embody the emotions and you work on your energy, because your thoughts, your beliefs will be like heavy concrete blocks that are pulling your overall energetic state down, okay? But if you have removed those concrete blocks, your emotions, your more, spiritual energy is free to flow, to lift you up like a helium balloon, so that you can become a vibrational match with whatever you want to call in. And looking back to the feedback loop, you won't stay that long in the state if you still have the thoughts pulling you down. So your thoughts, like the thoughts that you are having in your head on the daily, they are like little clothes peg that are hanging up your overall energetic state at the level where the universe can meet you halfway. So that's super cool. I like that analogy. And the thing is that when you are on that higher level, that is when the universe will start to give you little intuitive nudges and hints about what action to take. So then we come into the last part, which is act. Because I believe that manifesting is a co-creation and it requires some kind of inspired action. Sometimes things seem to just randomly fall into your lap, so be open to that too. But more often than not, we need to go out there and do things. Especially if you are a conscious entrepreneur and it's something in your business that you wish to manifest. For example, I wanted to manifest my YouTube channel for 13 months and nothing happened because I didn't take the action. And I asked like, okay, what am I gonna do? Like, I really wanna spread my message to a lot broader audience and I feel so ready to share it. And the universe kept telling me, start your damn YouTube channel. And I was like, I chose fear instead. I chose all my excuses and was like, it's never gonna work out, I'm not good enough, blah, 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 all that. So I didn't take the action. So of course it didn't happen. I needed to do my part of the co-creation. Now remember that there is also a part in manifesting that you cannot control, that is controlled by the OG, the universe. So it's all about when you have done the action that the universe suggests to you. And I want to stress that this is not always the action that makes sense. Actually, I would say more often than not, the action won't make sense. It can say something completely random. And this is where we can also talk a little about human design, because what action is right for you can be determined by your authority. So rather by thinking your way to the action, like, okay, what action makes sense, what should work, because then we are stuck in the mind space, and we have already worked in the mind space, remember. It's all about feeling into, okay, what just intuitively, out of the blue, comes to me. And then use your authority to determine how you're gonna take that action. So that's my little bonus human design tip. So yeah, that is how we use align, act, and attract. And remember, we start up with the alignment to be able to actually get it out of our own way, and then rise to become a vibrational match to the frequency at which you can communicate freely with the universe. Because when you are at a lower state, the universe will have a harder time to reach you. It's like the universe is dialing the wrong number. So you have to make sure it's your responsibility to have the right phone number, which energetically speaking, making sure that you are at a vibrational frequency with a vibrational match with whatever you wish to call in. And when you are on that level, that's when you'll start to feel your intuition so much more, and you will start to feel these random thoughts and random ideas coming from nowhere. And that is something that you should trust, because that is going to take you the shortcuts, the fastest way to your dreams, to your abundant life, to whatever you are looking to manifest. Because the universe knows, it has this kind of periscopal view. It can see around the dimensional corners of this reality, which the mind can't. Okay? So that is how it works all together. And remember, when you have taken the suggested action, that's when you should take a step back. And it's time for you to just relax. That is when you have placed your order to the cosmic Amazon. That is when you have gone into the high dimensional coffee shop and you say, okay, I want an oat milk matcha latte. Then you just trust that it's going to be delivered to you, because you have paid the order. You have placed the order. You have also paid. That is the align and the attract part. And then you can just trust that the universe is going to deliver. You have done your part. Okay. So that was all we had to cover today. And yeah, once again, if you got any value out of this video, please hit the like button. Let me know in the comments what you want me to talk more about. I am definitely feeling human design and manifesting so much right now. And remember, anything is possible, okay? Start small. If you are new to consciously manifesting your life, start with something small and then take it from there. Okay, love you. See you in the next vid.